All right, so Dr. Fauci had some trouble recently. When asked, he had some trouble saying whether or not government should limit the protesting going on. Now, as we all know, it's impossible to be a thinking person and trust this guy at the same time. He admitted he lied about masks before, saying they were pointless, ineffective, and to not wear them. And then he changed his tune and later admitted he was lying about it. So obviously it's pretty tough to think this guy is being genuine whenever he speaks. But I do think that he was genuinely uncomfortable with this question. He was asked if government should try and limit the protesting, which, by the way, I don't think they should. But he knows he cannot be consistent on this for political reasons. And, well, when you're a doctor, political motivations to say or not say something is the last thing you want as a determining factor about what is said. He has made suggestions and recommendations to limiting sporting events, churches, going to the store, going for a walk, you name it. He won't hesitate to tell government everything he feels they should impose on us. But now it comes to the protests and the riots, and all of a sudden he acts like a small man with no influence, and that he doesn't want to tell government what to do, and he's not in a position to tell government to do anything forcefully. Of course, this is nonsense. Every single thing he has ever recommended that the government do, if the government takes his advice, they have to enforce it forcefully. So Dr. Fauci has no problem whatsoever in saying to the government, hey, if some citizens want to go to a baseball game, disallow them from doing so. That would be the wise choice. Now, I don't think for a minute that Dr. Fauci doesn't realize that the way government forbids people from doing something is through force or the threat of force. So he can't play this game now where he pretends to be this helpless dude that doesn't want to get involved and that he isn't in the business of suggesting the government should get violent with people to forbid them from doing something. That's precisely what he's been doing for months now. And furthermore, Dr. Fauci here said that people bunching up without masks is a problem. And then, of course, he refused to say that the protests are a problem. Okay, well, there are a lot of mask wearers at the protests, but their social distancing is atrocious. So it seems like Dr. Fauci is saying, don't worry about anything, wear a mask and you're good to go. So with Dr. Fauci, we've gone from you should social distance, don't worry about wearing a mask, to definitely wear a mask, and sorry I lied before about not eating a mask, and if you do wear a mask, don't worry about social distancing. Because again, we've been told that these stipulations are not polite little helpful suggestions. We've been told that they are needed to prevent mass death. If that's what you're trying to prevent, then this question should have been easy for you to answer. And then the other thing to point out is that in early June, Dr. Fauci did not have a problem saying that going to protests could be risky and dangerous. So why the change up here? Well, obviously it's for political reasons. He doesn't want to step outside the bounds of what's socially acceptable. And unfortunately for a doctor, for a medical professional, that is precisely what you don't want to be influencing what you're saying and what you're not saying. So what does this all say? Well, to sum it all up, it says that Dr. Fauci is a joke. I don't trust anything he says. I have no idea if he has some ulterior motive, but what he suggests and doesn't suggest certainly seems to suggest that he has an ulterior motive of some sort. But that is all for now. Like, subscribe, and share with some people, and take it easy.